Alright, Salakia for the interruption. Having some technical difficulties. That happens sometimes with technical difficulties, but even if the camera goes off, you know, if we don't have any camera or what have you, then we'll just have to continue without it because it says the proper side to the wind. You know, so if the cam don't go on video, at least it's gonna go, you know, at least the wind's gonna carry it somewhere. Woo! You want to finish
Obadiah?
Yeah, get that Obadiah. Then I'll get some other stuff for you. That way, you know what. I'll give you a minute to look for that stuff. So we were talking about Obadiah. Brother was reading from the book of Obadiah. So he's going to continue where he left off at concerning Edom and Mount Seir and how Mount Seir is present in America through through the architecture and their buildings. You want to continue with that?
All right. Obadiah. Verse 3. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, that thou dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high. That said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
The national symbol of the United States is the eagle.
And
go ahead, brother. Oh, no.
Though thou exalt
thyself. That's all good, bro.
Though thou exalt thyself as thy eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence.
They're satellites. I'm sorry.
That's it. Thence will I bring thee down, says Yahweh.
They're nest among the stars. Yeah. That means that they're satellites, man. And a nest goes back to a position of basically a position in war. Okay? You call a machine gun nest. Okay? They even call, I forget what the movie was, but they called one of the satellites a nest. Okay? And it was a weapon. Alright? So they not only have defensive, but offensive, but defensive weapons also, which is their satellites and their spying technology. Okay? That's why you got cameras all over the goddamn place. Alright? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Will they not have stolen till they had enough?
That's Esau's greed, man. It's talking about the greed of the Edomites.
Yeah.
Okay? Because most times, man, back in the ancient times, a thief would come and steal what they needed.
Yeah.
You know, and then they would leave. But Esau would come and steal the whole goddamn grape field. Yeah. And kill you and take over your farm.
Right. In the scriptures it talks about they have more than their
bellies or hearts could desire.
That's it.
You know?
Goddamn devil.
They ain't gonna just come and steal a couple grapes to fill their belly, man, for the next couple of days. They're gonna come kill you and take your whole goddamn farm. Okay?
I mean, they're proving it right now, the elites. Like, they got everything.
Trillions. Hundreds of trillions.
They're not satisfied. They want to go ahead and put the plum juice all up in Jacob. You know what I'm saying, though?
That's a lot.
Like, come on, man. Come on. Yeah. Like, they have everything already.
That's what Elder Malcolm up in Chicago said. What do they call it? The Vila de Milo.
Right.
The Vila de Milo juice. They want to put up in, you know? We can't say the actual words because they'll cut our damn videos off.
Verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Will they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, will they not leave some grapes? How are things of Esau searched out? how are his hidden things sought up?
Through these scriptures. Through the understanding of these scriptures.
That's right.
Okay?
We're making Esau bare right now.
Butt naked. Hey, Esau can't hide anymore. You know? The nation of Edom, the so-called white man, can't hide who he is anymore, man. You know?
That's right. And at the end, it shall speak. And it's speaking.
It is speaking. You know? The nation of Edom has been found out. The mystery of iniquity has been revealed. And now he's pushing the Vila de Mila, as Elder Malcolm says.
That's right.
All right? And the next thing you know, he's going to be pushing the MOB. Okay? Got some more meat just deep on that.
Yes, sir. Verse 7. Verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
The Psalms, the 83rd chapter, crew. And you can read that. Psalms 83. We're not going to bring it up. We all know who the hell they are. All the players. All right?
And prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
They that eat thy bread. So all of these damn countries, all of these nations, all right, that have eaten your philosophies, that have taken on your philosophies. Okay, read that one part again, the last part.
Obadiah, verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy,
the 83rd chapter, crew,
have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
The men that were at peace with thee, these other nations, because, see, if you hit my car, you won't be parked there, dude. Yeah, read that again. He's being a fucking asshole. Yeah, I know.
Right away.
The men that were at peace with thee,
all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men were at peace with thee.
the men that were at peace with thee,
have deceived thee and prevailed against thee.
so all the nations that are mentioned in Psalms the 83rd chapter, let me read that, a matter of fact. Let me get it. Since people got smirks and smiles on their goddamn faces.
Well, you know, we're bringing out the main shit against their ass. I knew it was coming eventually.
Yes, sir. Psalms 83. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Those are demons. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Now about some y'all shot.
Right.
Them demons start going crazy, boy. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. The children of Israel, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians are thy hidden ones. The children of Israel, okay, that's now becoming common knowledge all over the earth, but people in America still don't want to believe that, okay? But they're going to find out real soon that that's the truth. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. And what did they do? They cut us off from being a nation by calling us black, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Indian. These are all derogatory terms. That's not a nation. There ain't no damn nation called black.
God bless.
Puerto Rico means rich poor, or poor to rich. Okay?
Morning.
Good morning. How you doing? For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Psalms the 83rd chapter. Verse 6. The tabernacles of Edom, the nation of Edom, the Edomites, the so-called white man, and the Ishmaelites, the Arabs of Moab, the Chinese, and the Hagarenes, which are Arabs, all of these people, Gabal and Ammon, the Ammonites, which are the Japanese, Amalek, the chief house of Edom. Okay? Those people over in Jerusalem right now calling themselves Jewish and Israeli. All right? Those are the nationalities. 18 nations on this earth. And they say there's a couple hundred. That's a bunch of bullshit. And Amalek and the Philistines, which are Hamites. So-called blacks are not Hamites. We're not Africans. We're Israelites. With the inhabitants of Tyre, Assur also joined with them. They have helped the children of Lot, Selah. Okay, so all of these, read that again so I can get that, so they can get an understanding. They can listen if they want to. They have them smirks on their fucking faces. What happened? Lost it. That's all right, brother. Oh, did you? That's all right, bro. That's all right. Yeah, because that's the first time you brought that out since I've been. So, yeah, don't worry about it. All right.
Obadiah, verse 7. All the men of that confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have this.
Take your time. All right. The men that were at peace with thee. The Psalms, the 83rd chapter, crew, outside of Edom.
That's right, brother. Have deceived thee.
They have deceived thee.
And prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
And what are these other nations doing? Eating your bread, your philosophies. Okay?
There is none understanding in him.
Continue. Just go ahead and continue reading.
Shall I not in that day, says Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom?
The wise men out of Edom. All right?
And understanding out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty men.
Yeah. And the Temanites.
And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed. That's the Germans.
Yeah, the Germans.
Shall be dismayed to the end, that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Mount of Esau should be cut off by slaughter. Why? Because they took the children of Israel and they put them in a hard bondage. And when they were supposed to let them go, they continued it. Instead of it being physical, it became mental. All right? Financial. Got some more?
Verse 10. For thou violence against thy brother Jacob.
Esau's violence against his brother Jacob. We read that in 25th chapter of Genesis.
Shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt cut off forever.
And that shame is taking place right now. A lot of that shame is taking place now. Because now you want to be nice. You want to help us. You want to give us the jab. You know, for free.
We'll give it to you first.
Yeah, we want to give it to y'all first.
Yeah.
You know, because they want that birthright back.
Yeah, brother.
They're not going to get it back. You know, they're not worthy of it. Because they couldn't even fast. They had to beg for some raw goddamn meat from their brother Jacob.
Never trust thy enemy.
That's right.
No, they did that shit to the Indians.
500 peace treaties, right. and then broke all of them,
right,
without any provocation. You know?
Verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Thou shalt be cut off forever.
And they will be.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is that which follows.
And they are going to be cut off forever after that 1,000 years of pure, hardcore slavery.
Right.
Okay?
And that word world, when I say the end, that Esau should be the end of the world, that word world is eon, which means age.
Right.
All right? You got oikoumene, you got cosmos, and you got eon, which means age.
And the age of their world is almost up. Okay? Goddamn.
And Esau still got smiles on their faces like this shit is a joke. But when this goddamn economy collapses, boy, they're gonna be running for their fucking life.
Verse 11. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captives, his forces and his foreigners enter into his gates.
That's the Babylonians taking down the children of Israel, and Edom were servants to us. Okay? When the Babylonians came in, what did they do?
And cast lots upon Jerusalem. Because where people could go into a place.
Yeah, they were taking our people captive and selling us.
Even thou waste has one of them, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction.
Like I just said, when the Babylonians came and took us down, the Edomites helped them. Even though we didn't treat them like shit like they treat us today. Okay? They helped the Babylonians take down our people. Okay?
Hey, that's what Esau did. They took on the Babylonian
Customs, exactly.
You know, they're so demonic, man. They done stole the Babylonians. They done stole Satan from the Babylonians.
Yeah, they don't even have their own goddamn customs.
How do you
They're
still
following the customs of Egypt, Babylon, Assyrians.
right? How do you steal Satan from the other? How do you steal Satan from the Babylonians?
Yo, you know what I mean? Yo, they stole a demon and
You
shit.
know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
that shit's crazy.
All right. Stole a demon.
Anyway, they took on the Babylonians' customs. They're all in bed together.
Right. Psalms the 83rd chapter. You know?
Verse 12. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of the brother in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people.
Yeah, you shouldn't have stole our shit. You shouldn't have came into our places where we dwell, man, with the nation of Babylon to help them steal our stuff, our property that you still have to this day. The elites of Edom have all the relics that belong to the children of Israel.
Yeah, they said it's in that
the Vatican.
That's right, brother.
It's in Vatican City, underneath all of our records, man. They have all our records underneath the Vatican. They know who the hell we are. Okay? And he thinks he's going to continue to hold on to our stuff, but he's not.
Fucking Pope John Poop. That's who they
Poop John Paul at 15.
Right. In the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their afflictions in the day of their calamity. It's a tongue twister for me, brother.
Sorry, brother. That's sorry. I know what you're talking about. So there's a lot of the other brothers, so we ain't worried about it. Fuck these people.
Nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity.
Laid hand on our substance, like I just said. Came in with the Babylonians and stole our belongings.
You know what I'm saying? Verse 14. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape.
And the Babylonians, when they were trying to catch us, the Edomites, the nation of Edom, okay, were telling them where we were at, talking shit, you know. Pointing us out, you know what I mean? You know? and giggling and laughing and thinking everything was a joke because they had us in derision at the time. Oh, we got them now.
Yeah. It was all prophecy, though.
Yeah.
You know?
But look what's happening to the United States. They're getting ready to have a fucking food shortage because they got container ships lined up offshore because the bankers and everybody else don't want them to bring them because they want you people to go through hell.
Yeah.
Okay?
Systematic.
That's right.
It's all done. It's all ridiculous programming.
And that's all they're doing is setting this place up for failure.
Yeah. And you Jace ain't ready.
You know? And you Edomites ain't ready either. Nobody, none of you pick shit. We're in the truth.
Yeah.
Trying to do our best, and we ain't ready.
You know what I'm saying?
You know? But all these people with these smirks and smiles on their face, they better get some good fucking running shoes, boy. Because in the very soon, in this near future, you're going to do a lot of goddamn running. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 14. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen.
The day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen, the 83rd chapter crew, and the Israelites, because he's going to start at his own house. Okay? He's going to start with the children of Israel, because they're going to feel this before anybody else. All right? But when they start feeling it, you can bet your ass that you're going to start feeling it too, because they coming to get your asses. All right?
As they, verse 15, for the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
That's right.
Thy reward shall return upon thy own head.
What is your reward? What is your reward? Esau, Edom, Psalms the 83rd chapter crew.
Gotta drink that same cup.
You're going to have to drink twice as much as we did. Okay? You're going to have to go through that goddamn, that hardcore slavery, and you're going to go through twice as long with twice the ass kicking from people with spiritual power. That's horrible. Okay? But you're going to have to deal with that. Because we did. But you didn't have no spiritual power. You know? Well, kind of, because you use your philosophies and your media, okay, and your laws, all right, and your wicked ass churches, you know, to destroy the minds of the children of Israel, man. The fools, okay. That could go into spiritual. So yeah, you did have a low level of spiritual power to manipulate the minds of the people. That's why a bunch of people are running to get jabs, because they're scared.
Yeah.
So, okay, granted. Yeah. But our spiritual power is going to be way different, bro. Brother, like other Manatazak, down in South Carolina says, brother, with your nose all across your face. Esau's getting ready to catch it, man. You see?
After all, they are
our brothers.
Our wicked brother.
Yeah, you know, they're wicked twin brothers. You know what I mean? You know? You want to finish reading that?
For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathens. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head.
Slavery.
For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink and they shall swallow down.
They shall drink and they shall swallow down.
And they,
okay?
And they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be a holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. That's right. We're getting our shit back.
That's right.
All right. Hey, and all the shit that they got showing you that they never have enough. They want to paint our cities with gold.
That's right.
That's a lot of gold, man. That's a lot of gold. So we're getting all that back. Goddamn devils. Verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be fire.
Going to be a fire.
And the house of Joseph a flame. And the house of Esau for stubble.
The house of Jacob. That's the southern kingdom, the so-called blacks. All right? And the house of Joseph, the northern kingdom, the so-called Latinos and Native American Indians, are going to be a fire and a flame. And the house of Esau shall be for stubble. All right? So the house of Esau is going to be a pile of goddamn wood. And we are going to we're going to put fire to your asses, man. You know? Because you've done that to us. That's your reward returning upon your own head. All right? Because you can get a righteous reward. We're going to end up getting a righteous reward. Okay? That's our reward, man. That's our reward. For coming out here and doing what we're doing, we're going to get a reward. Okay? That's salvation. Now, the reward of the wicked, what is that? That's that fire and that's that flame. All right? That's you people getting your judgment, your own reward, your slavery. You know, your hard bondage that we had to go through, you're going to get that as a reward, returned upon your own head. Okay? You want to continue reading, bro?
In the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
There shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
For Yahawah has spoken.
And Yahawah has spoken. So there ain't going to be any remaining of the house of Esau, because after that double punishment, we did 500 years. I don't know if the Lord is going to throw in the captivities in Rome and Greece. You know, that's a good question to ask one of the elders. You know what I mean? But if it's not, we did 500 years in this wicked ass nation in captivity, a hardcore bondage. And you're going to do 1,000 years. And after that 1,000 years, you're going to be rounded up. Okay? It's going to be, all the Edomites are going to get rounded up, and they're going to get put down. You're going to get burnt the fuck up. Okay? And the other nations are going to be put back in their own lands to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the children of Israel. Mainly YAHAWAH'S. All right? And if you don't follow those laws, statutes, and commandments as written, then you're going to get judgment. All right? You're going to get a harsh judgment.
Verse 19. Just a little bit more, brother.
Go ahead, bro.
And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain, the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess
Gilead.
Gilead.
Yes, sir.
And the captivity of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that all of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath, and the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Sepharad. Salaki, if I'm saying that word wrong.
Sepharad. I think it's Sepharad. I think that's that PH is an F.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but yeah, we can both pronounce it wrong. Sepharad.
Shall possess the cities of the south. And saviors shall come up on the Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be Yahawah's. That's it, brother.
That's all right, brother. We got it out. Amos, 2nd chapter, verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and in his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. But I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra. So the Lord said the four transgressions, okay, that because you pursued your brother with the sword, your sword was the blessing. All right? That sword being your blessing, you pursued your brother with the sword. You destroyed these other nations' philosophies with the sword. Okay? The Most High is not going to turn away the punishment. All right? Esau, your punishment's not going to go away. I don't give a damn how hard you try.
The Lord is not a liar.
All right? I'm going to jump to... anything else about it? All right, well, I'm going to go to... you don't have the apocrypha in there, do you?
I do have the apocrypha.
Do you?
Yeah.
Get, trying to see here. We're gonna get some second Esdras